Remember when Tesla was the car everyone wanted to talk about? It wasn't just about the cutting-edge technology or the fact that it was electric. It was a whole vibe. Celebrities were flaunting their Teslas, and they even made their way into rap songs. In fact, can you name a few tracks that mention Tesla? Drop them in the comments. Let's see how many we can come up with. Owning a Tesla was a flex, a way of saying, I'm part of the future. It was the kind of car that made people do a double take, a status symbol that shouted innovation and luxury. But something has changed. Today, Tesla has gone from being the poster child of progress to one of the most polarizing car brands out there. So, what happened? How did Tesla go from being so hyped to becoming the brand people love to hate? Let's unravel this intriguing story and find out why Tesla has become so overhated. Tesla's journey started with a bold promise: to make electric cars not just viable, but desirable. They weren't just tinkering with the idea of electric vehicles, they were reimagining what a car could be. The early models, like the Roadster, showed the world that electric cars didn't have to be boring or slow. And when the Model S hit the roads, it was a game changer. It offered speed, luxury, and tech that put it miles ahead of the competition. It wasn't just the technology that set Tesla apart. It was the whole package. The sleek design, the massive touchscreen dashboard, the idea that your car could get better with over-the-air updates. It felt like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. And people loved it. Suddenly, owning a Tesla wasn't just about being eco-friendly. It was about being part of a movement, a future where cars were smarter, faster, and, yes, electric. Tesla was more than a car. It was a lifestyle choice. It became the ultimate conversation starter at dinner parties, the must-have accessory for anyone who wanted to show they were ahead of the curve. Even the way Tesla sold cars was different, direct to consumer, no dealerships involved. It was all so fresh, so different, and for a while it seemed like Tesla could do no wrong. But then the narrative started to shift. For all the praise and admiration, cracks began to show in Tesla's shiny exterior. People started to notice the flaws, the controversies, and the growing pains of a company trying to do too much, too fast. And that's where things started to get complicated. As Tesla grew, so did the criticism. Sure, there were real issues, concerns over build quality, problems with autopilot, and Elon Musk's unpredictable tweets. But none of that compares to the main reason people love to hate Tesla. It's an electric car.
I'm guilty of being a dwarf.
You're not on trial for being a dwarf.
Oh, yes I am. I've been on trial for that my entire life.
It sounds almost ridiculous, but for many, that's the crux of the issue. In a world where petrol engines have dominated for over a century, electric cars are seen by some as imposters. They lack the roar of a V8 or the mechanical feel of a classic engine. And Tesla, being the most recognizable electric vehicle brand, often takes the heat for this entire shift in the automotive landscape. But there's something more to this. Electric cars, for some strange reason, often feel the need to shout from the rooftops, "Look at me, I'm electric." They have those quirky designs, the eco-friendly branding, and sometimes they just seem to try too hard to be different.
What kind of animal are you?
Tesla, by contrast, tried to make electric cars cool, but it's still caught in the crossfire. For a lot of people, Tesla represents the mass arrival of electric vehicles, and so it gets blamed for everything that's perceived as wrong with them. And it's not just the die-hard petrol heads who feel this way. Some people look at Tesla and think it's too futuristic, too tech-focused. It's almost as if the car has a superiority complex, silent, smart, and a bit too smug about saving the planet. The irony is that Tesla isn't the only electric car on the market, but it's the one people love to point fingers at, perhaps because it was the first to truly make EVs mainstream. Now, let's take a brief detour into the world of madness and talk about conspiracy. There's a theory floating around. Well, it exists as of right now because I just created it. That Tesla's hate isn't only about the cars. No, it goes much deeper. This theory suggests that the real reason Tesla gets so much backlash is because of the man behind it. In a world where much of the power seems to lean left, we have Elon Musk, who stands out as one of the few high-profile figures who doesn't align with that side.
Go f yourself. Go f yourself.
In this view, Musk is seen as a maverick, someone who doesn't fit the dominant narrative, and this makes him, and by extension Tesla, a target. Now, what if the criticism Tesla faces isn't entirely organic? These influential groups have immense resources, and it wouldn't be hard for them to flood social media with thousands, even millions of bots, programmed to bash Tesla at every turn. And as often happens online, once the bots start, real people jump in and carry that criticism forward, spreading it further. The line between manufactured outrage and genuine discontent becomes blurred. Of course, I'm not here to convince you to believe any of this. As you've probably gathered by now, I'm not a fan of conspiracy theories or fringe thinking. But the fact remains, there's nothing stopping this from being true, is there? That said, there's one key reason this theory likely remains just that, a theory. If these powerful groups really wanted to take Musk down, they wouldn't just rely on bots and negative press. No, if we suddenly saw a woman come forward, claiming that Elon harassed her 40 years ago, and it spiraled into a full-blown reputation crisis and legal battles, well, then we'd know they were playing their hand. But for now, it's just an interesting bit of food for thought. Nothing more, at least for now. To wrap up our analysis, let's weigh up whether Tesla deserves all the criticism or whether it's simply misunderstood. Tesla is more than just an electric car. It's a driving experience that brings genuine automotive emotions. Imagine this. You're behind the wheel of a 2-ton sedan, accelerating faster than many supercars from Lamborghini, Ferrari, and McLaren. That thrill of instant torque, that surge of speed. What more could a driver want? After all, our favorite racing franchises are called Fast and Furious and Need for Speed, not Loud and Furious or Need for V12 sound. Tesla, then, is no half-hearted attempt. It's an electric car that's powerful, exhilarating, and practical enough for everyday needs. In the end, Tesla certainly isn't perfect, but it's undeniable that it has brought a transformative approach to the auto industry. And now, as we part ways with this story, we see that Tesla is more than a car. It's a spark of defiance, a symbol of resilience in a world that so often settles for the ordinary. It's a journey paved with flaws, with moments of failure, but also with a relentless pursuit of something greater. Tesla's silent hum, its swift, steady speed, isn't just a promise of technology. It's a reminder of human courage, of our endless drive to push beyond what we know. It's for those who believe that change is worth the struggle, who dare to see the world not just as it is, but as it could be. And maybe in this quiet, determined car, we find a piece of ourselves, a reminder to dream a bit bigger, to hold on to that spark, and to keep moving forward. Because in the end, isn't that the real journey?